Hello everyone and welcome back to Daily Insight. Today we will be discussing working as a non-graduate. Our guest is a freelancer and she's also the Blogapalooza online community manager. Let's all please welcome Maddie Cruz. Hello Maddie, good morning.
Hi. Good morning.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So with this topic, I know we have a lot of fans, a lot of viewers who are in the same situation.
Yes.
But before we start our topic, if you can let us know something a little bit about yourself.
Okay. So hi, I'm Maddie Cruz. I'm 21 years old. I work as a online community manager of Blogapalooza, and I'm also a writer, and I do a lot of other freelance stuff. So I've been working since I was 16, and I moved out when I was 19. So on top of all of this, I'm also pursuing my degree in international relations.
Ah, okay. So you took that break before going back to school,
Yes,
right?
like almost 2-year break.
Yes, but during that break is when you learned all of that experience that you have now, right?
Yes.
So I think that's why today you are the expert in today's topic. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
So we're the first thing we're gonna discuss is getting your foot in the door.
Yes.
So how do they do that? What should they do?
So first of all, I think it's important to establish that regardless if you're a graduate or not, it's still you who has to look for the opportunities. It's you who has to make ways to get closer to your dreams.
Yes.
So what I did, since I wasn't a graduate, right? So when right after I dropped out of my first school, I was already looking for opportunities. So what I did was I made use of social media.
Okay, so what did you do on social media?
So first, I made a status update, telling my friends, telling the people I know that, oh guys, I'm open for commissioned work. I can do writing jobs. You can get me for events. So that's one thing you can do.
Yes.
Number 2, you can join these job hunting groups. There's a lot of them on Facebook.
Okay.
If let's say you came from because the groups I know are from Ateneo and LaSalle. So if let's say you're taking a break from Ateneo or LaSalle, you can join the Ateneo Jobs and Internships group. You can join the DLSU Jobs and Internships group. So you can look for opportunities there. You can look for jobs there. There's
Do you need to be a student of those universities to sign up? If you took a break from
ideally,
yes.
ideally, but you know.
But there are still others that are not.
Yeah, like not specific to a university. Then there's also Upwork.
Yes.
There are sites like Racket, Zestagram for freelancing students.
Okay.
So you can do that. So make use of the internet because the internet is your friend. And like before, where you have to manually go from company to company to look for opportunities, there's the internet now.
Yes.
So utilize that.
Yeah, those opportunities, they're not just gonna fall into your lap.
Yeah, you really have to look for them.
Yeah, you gotta put in the effort.
Yeah.
Okay, so then what should they do next?
The next is if you can look for events like networking events.
Okay.
You could get some invites. Most of those events are free.
Yeah.
Because you should start building trust bridges. You should start making connections. Because that's what I did. I was talking to a lot of people, like the friends I have who have these projects, businesses. I would talk to them, offer my service. Because sometimes you just have to look for the opportunities that don't exist yet. Kasi more or less people are looking for it. Wala lang nagtatanong.
So why is it important to build those trust bridges that you mentioned?
You know what? You know how they say that it's not what you know, it's who you know. It's kind of true. I mean, in the Philippines, sobrang meritocracy.
Yes.
But if you know people who trust you, it's gonna be a lot easier for you to find opportunities. Diba? And I mean, as long as it's a mutually beneficial relationship.
Especially if your friend is very credible in their industry, and to be referred by them to another person, that has a lot more weight than
it's leverage, as they would call it, leverage.
Yes. So after you build those trust bridges, what's the next thing that they should do?
The next thing you should do is do your homework, prepare your necessary documents. If you're applying for this company that you honestly don't know about, do your research. Save yourself from the embarrassment. Do your research. When I was starting out, I would send like 20 to 50 applications every day.
Wow.
Like that was what I was doing. Like I was looking for jobs on Facebook. I would Google. I mean, I would even uncover these internship websites that don't exist anymore and look for like emails there. So at the time, I was doing 20 to 50 applications per day.
Yes.
So when you're doing applications, you should also gauge, like, check the job title. Is this job title, you feel something na you've had related or experience when you were still in school? Have you done community work, volunteer work that gave you skills you could apply for this job? If the answer is yes, even if you don't have a degree, go for it. Like, just nail the interview. You'll probably get the job. So you
Yeah.
just have to look into that. If it's corporate and they're looking for and they're strict about fresh grads, don't apply na. Don't waste
Oh,
your
yeah.
time. So
Yeah.
just have to gauge which opportunities you feel are applicable to you, which opportunities you think can be something na you could try. Kasi
Yes.
diba sayang yung time mo if you just keep applying and applying.
Well,
So,
if you do that also, it's okay to send 50 applications,
Yeah.
but make sure that your resume pertains to that particular.
Yes,
you have to
yes.
edit it somehow.
Yes.
Don't submit your marketing resume to like service work. So it's good that you're applying, but make sure that
yes,
your
there's also
application.
that. That's a mistake I
Yes.
made
Oh, really?
before. Like, I was, like, sending, like, the same cover letter and resume, just changing the company name. Like, so don't do that, guys.
Yeah.
If you want, like, a guide to para have better resumes, cover letters, how to nail interviews, you can
Yeah.
always check out the bordercollective.com.
Oh yes, hello Justine.
Yes, hi Justin. So, the Border Collective is actually really good because I wish the blog existed when I was just starting out. Because even
Yeah.
if you're not a college graduate, having that kind of blog will really help you, like, be better at what you do.
Yes.
It'll save you from a lot of embarrassment, inconvenience, hassle. It
Yes.
can possibly help you nail that job interview.
Okay, so besides preparing, of course, the resume application, those types of documents, what other papers should they be preparing?
You should also be ready with, like, the basics: birth certificate, passport, valid IDs, postal
Okay.
IDs, NBI clearance. Because these are, and also especially your TIN ID.
So even while they're still applying, they should already have those
Yeah,
documents? Why?
ideally you should have it now because it'll make your application faster. Because most companies, they'd prefer it, or from my experience at
Yes.
least, they'd prefer it if you have these documents ready.
Okay.
Because it'll, I mean, for the lack of a better term, first of all, it'll make you look a lot less sketchy. Because,
Oh,
syempre,
okay.
di ba, you just appeared out of nowhere, you're not a
Yes.
graduate, and then
Yeah.
you don't have documents. But if you have these ready, it'll also show them that you're really serious about getting a job.
It's a good impression.
Yes.
Let's say, for example, the both of us were applying for the same job,
Yeah.
and they asked for those documents, and you turn it in the next day,
Yeah,
and they're
parang-
still waiting for me.
Yeah, they're gonna be, oh wow, this girl.
At least Maddie, she already knows what she's doing. She's prepared. Randy, you're too slow.
Yeah, so passport, NBI clearance,
Okay.
PhilHealth even. Because
Okay.
these things, they're gonna look, especially your TIN, they're gonna look for it. Like, even if it's just a freelancing job, they're more or less gonna ask for your TIN number. So might as
Okay.
well have it ready. Because I've
Yeah.
experienced not having these things and losing opportunities because I didn't have them and the company couldn't wait for me to, like, get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, a lot of good tips. Really, so much compacted into it. I hope you got all of that. Okay, so in the next part of our interview, we're gonna talk about survival of the fittest. Wow, that sounds so extreme.
Yeah.
Because it's a dog-eat-dog world out there.
that's true.
Okay, so stay tuned to Daily Insight. We are talking about survival of the fittest. So what do we mean by that?
Survival of the fittest is in once you get your foot in the door, syempre, you have to stay inside.
Yeah.
So, like, we're gonna be talking about the usual problems or, like, tips, basically, general tips on
Okay.
how to survive when you're, working as a non-graduate.
Okay, so what are some of the tips that we can give to people in the same situation?
I think I can't express this enough. Avoid burnout at all costs.
Okay.
Because if you're working as a non-graduate, more or less you're gonna be working on a job that requires a lot of physical work. Like, you have
Yeah.
to be there, or more or less you'll be working 2 or 3 jobs even.
Yeah,
Because that's how
yeah.
it starts. Like. You're gonna be starting from the bottom of the food chain. So it's
Yes.
gonna take a lot of work. So for example, for me, for the past 5 years, I've been doing multiple things all at once. And a few months ago, it all caught up with me. So I got sick.
physically? Oh,
yeah, so
okay.
like all the burnout I didn't feel throughout the years, I felt it all at once.
Oh,
So like
gosh.
right after I was hospitalized for nearly
Oh,
a
my
month.
goodness.
Yes. So it was hard because
Yeah.
you start feeling all the burnout, like all the pagod, all the bad feelings, all the bad vibes. You start feeling it because when you're busy, you don't feel that.
Yes.
But then when your body starts to, like, go down, your immune system starts to go down. Your body
that's when
starts
it's
catching.
telling you.
Yeah, that's when
Yeah.
you start feeling all the burnout. And after I got out of the hospital, it was difficult even until now because I didn't feel like I was at the top of my game. I wasn't my 100% self.
Yes.
So avoid burnout at all costs.
So
Like,
how can they avoid burnout? What should
take
they do?
breaks.
Yeah.
Sleep
is so important.
Yes, super important.
Yes. There's so many people think that in order to be successful, they keep reading how like the top entrepreneurs only get 5 hours of sleep, 4 hours of sleep. Maybe that works for them in the short term, but really it affects your long-term capacity, the things that you can do. For me, what I like to do to avoid burnout, I call it my mental health day. My mental health day. Yeah.
Yes, it's super important.
Yeah.
I mean, it's true. Like working as a non-grad, there's a lot of pressure. It can give you anxiety. So just take necessary breaks. Work hard, but don't compromise your health. I mean, that's something I try to apply on the daily also, because it's so easy to forget about that.
Yes. So what are some other problems that the usual things that they would face as a non-graduate?
So maybe more or less like at the start, you're gonna be broke.
Oh.
And you have to understand. You have to understand that it takes money to make money.
Yes.
So don't go spending your first paycheck. That's what I did, because I was spending my first paycheck on all these unnecessary things, and it was a waste. So you have to keep that in mind. It takes money to make money. So in order for you to make money, you have to take care of yourself. So be wise with how you spend your money, especially if you're starting out, because you need that money. Like if let's say you get a gig over the weekend, you have this event, ganyan. Syempre you'll need money to get there.
Yeah.
You'll be needing all these things for your rackets, ganyan. Like let's say a laptop or whatever.
Yeah.
You have to be wise with how you spend your money, especially with me, because I moved out. So, syempre, I pay for my own bills, I pay for rent. So, I have to be extra careful with where I spend my money. So, just keep that in mind, guys. It takes money to make money. So,
and don't spend money that you don't have.
Yes,
It's so tempting with all the credit cards out there. 0%. Oh, wow, free money. But then it's all gonna be coming back to you. It's all gonna climb up. You have to pay for that debt somehow. Yes.
True. And yun nga, it doesn't matter how much you get to earn in a month because regardless, never underestimate your ability to overspend all that money.
Yeah.
So yun, it doesn't matter if, let's say, syempre, when you're starting out, I understand this, in the first few years, there will be times when you would go negative. But that doesn't matter as long as you focus on working towards your goal, you focus on learning, you focus on the mindset. It doesn't matter. You're always gonna get back up.
Yes.
So just be wise with how you spend your money.
Have a plan.
Have a
always
plan.
do that. Yes. Yeah. Well, okay, and a lot of good tips, really. I wish I learned that when I was still younger. Not that I'm not young, I'm sorry. But if I had known those things, maybe it would have been easier during my early 20s. So we're gonna continue our discussion on Daily Insight. Next, we're gonna be talking about breaking the stereotypes. So stay tuned. Before we go back to our discussion, let's say hi to some of our viewers. We have a lot of fans. You have a lot of fans. To Ramel Bernardo Supan, hello, kamusta po? To Dennis CM, advance happy birthday, Nits Madla. Happy birthday to you. Yes. Marvin Gigantone. If it's a Filipino name, maybe you're gonna have to read it. How about this one? Do you know this one?
Oh yes, it's my best friend.
Hello.
Hi Teddy and Tita June.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in. To Marife de la Cruz in Quezon City, watching. Oh no, she is from Carson. Hello. To George Gonzaga, good morning. And I think you know this one.
Yes, Tita Pretty.
Yes,
Hi.
Tita. Okay, to Kit Cuenca Dabu watching from Henderson, Nevada. Hello to all of you there in Las Vegas. Luna Latigo Ballesteros watching from Capitol. Rochelle Paterno Cervantes
Eduardo
watching from
Rojas.
Bulacan South. Eduardo Rojas watching from Laguna. Hello to all of you there. And to Charita
Yocadio.
Yes, watching from Bangan. Yes. To all of you who are watching, thank you. Leave your comments. Now we're going back to our topic, working as a non-graduate.
Yes.
So we are talking about breaking the stereotype. So what do you mean by that?
So a lot of people, so I asked my Facebook friends what their fears are.
Yeah.
Or what their thoughts are in general about
Okay.
working as a non-graduate. And most of the comments that came up were mostly about, I'm not ever gonna get a promotion. Maybe they'll see me as incompetent, they'll see me in a bad light. It's like different comments, but it all adds up to those things.
Yes.
So we're gonna address that.
Okay. Okay. So how do you address those types of those fears that people have?
I think any of those problems, all of those problems, in fact, that you mentioned, I feel that in a way, you're gonna experience them too when you're working as a graduate, when you're a fresh grad, and then you're new in your company. Probably, especially if you're in corporate, it's gonna be difficult. People are gonna question what you do. People
Yes.
are gonna question how capable you are.
So how do you prepare that when people have those types of questions? How do you answer those things that
I think
they're
the
asking?
first thing you should have to do is you just have to be sure that it's what you want. Because if it's
Okay.
what you want, it's easy. You wouldn't feel the need to justify. So
Okay.
just say that this is what this, like, you took a break because this is what you need. You took a break because you wanted to learn outside the classroom.
Yeah,
You took a
yeah.
break because you feel that it was necessary for your growth as a person.
Yeah, or for some people, maybe they don't have the opportunity to
Yes.
go back to school. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for some people, taking a break is a choice. For some people, taking a break is what it's circumstantial.
Yes,
It's what the
yes.
circumstance entails. So it's okay. Life doesn't stop there.
Okay.
Yeah, like in getting a goal, I think getting a goal is similar to like multiplication. Like let's
Okay.
say it's 12. The number is 12. Your goal is 12, for example. 6 times 2 is 12.
Okay.
1 times 12 is 12. 3
Okay.
times 4 is 12. So
Oh,
there are like
okay, yeah.
multiple ways to get to 12.
Well, I like that.
So, like, for some people, it's going to school, finishing that degree, being extra in all that they do.
Yes.
That's okay. Then there are people who go a bit harder route, like you start from the bottom and then you start exploring all these things.
Yes.
So it's okay. I mean, whatever happens, whether you decide to go back to school in the long run or not, just make sure that it's what you feel brings you closest to your goals.
Yeah, have a clear end goal in mind.
Yes.
So you might have different paths to get to there. It's different for everyone. Not everyone
Yeah.
is the same based on your circumstances and what you really want in life. I think a lot of the things that you mentioned, though, about having those fears is really about yourself.
Yes,
You're
it's-
overthinking things.
It's you, and you just have to, I guess, when you're working as a non-graduate, as much as I hate to say it, you have to recognize the fact that you're at somehow a disadvantage.
Yes.
Like here in the Philippines, at least, it's something that's not openly 100% accepted yet.
Okay.
But understand that where there's no work beneath you, as long as it could be in a startup, you could be in a BPO industry, you could do NGO work, fundraising, sales. These are usually the jobs that don't always require you having a college degree.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter as long as it's something that first of all, can somehow pay the bills.
Yes.
It's something that doesn't require you to compromise your values, your beliefs. It's something that doesn't ask you to do anything illegal, anything that's
Yeah.
wrong, anything
most
unethical.
importantly, yeah.
That's okay, diba? It's dignified. And I think lastly, you have to understand that you can't always be about the money.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
if you keep chasing the money, the money's gonna keep running away from you.
Yeah, and then money, it doesn't last forever.
Yeah, it doesn't.
fades,
It
so.
doesn't. It's like from the start, you just have to find a way, get something that pays the bills. In the
Yes.
long run, when you get more experience, when you get to do more, invest in yourself.
So for you, if I may ask, if you are willing to share, what is your end goal? What is your long-term goal?
My goal is to retire at 30.
Wow.
Yeah, I want
very
to retire at 30.
ambitious.
No, because I'm 21.
Okay.
And that's like 9 years away. There's
Ah,
so
okay.
much I can do in
At least for you, 9 years. Mine, not so much. A lot closer for me. Okay, so why do you want to retire so early?
At an early age, I understood that life is pretty much a time versus money game.
Okay.
Like, it's always gonna be time versus money. It's always gonna be like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I made it a point that I wanna solve the money problem as soon as I possibly can,
Mm-hmm.
so that I could focus on the things that are more important to me.
Ah, okay. So now the people who are watching, they're very skeptical. If you retire at 30, how are you gonna survive? How are you gonna be
That's
making
what
money?
I'm gonna spend the 9 years
Oh, okay.
figuring out. I have 9 years to figure out how I'm gonna make money passively for the rest of my life.
Ah,
So,
okay. Either
so it's a
like-
pretty long time. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think that's enough.
Okay. Well, it's good. At least that way you can live the rest of your life how you
Yeah.
want to. You don't feel so
Yeah.
that only way you can survive is by working, and that's what you do every day. At least you can explore the other enjoying
Yes.
things in life.
And my idea of retirement isn't exactly like, just sitting on a rocking chair staring at
Oh,
like
okay.
fields.
So what is your idea
My
of
idea
retirement?
of retirement is doing what I want to do, what I feel like doing when I'm 30. Could be
Hmm.
traveling, could be running an NGO, it could be doing charity work, it could be,
Ah, okay.
doing those things, like anything that doesn't involve me thinking about money anymore or spending anymore. Like, how am I gonna live tomorrow or next day? So that's my goal.
Okay. At least you made that clear.
Yeah.
Yes. Some people they think of retirement about just growing old and things like that. Yours is just not worrying about that.
Yeah, not worry about money ever again.
So we learned really a lot so much from your experience. Now, if people they have more questions, is there an opportunity that they can ask you directly?
Yes.
How can they get a hold of you?
You can get in touch with me via Facebook or Instagram. So my name's Maddie Cruz on Instagram. So I also run a blog. It's maddiecruz.com. So it's somehow like a personal blog. I write about body positivity, travel, and a lot of other things. It's like work, travel, life, and everything in between. So I also work with Blogapalooza. So if you're a business that's considering getting influencers to help you gain more revenue, to gain more awareness, you could get in touch with me as well.
Yes, and hello to Ace. Hello, Ace.
Hi, Ace.
And anyone else you want to say hi to?
There's a list joke.
Oh, really? You have
I'm just kidding. So I just want to say hi to my friends, Jan, Miko, Andre, my friends who told me they were gonna watch.
Yes, thank you for
and
supporting
all my
our
friends,
show.
Michelle, Bea.
Yes. Thank you to everyone who watched and left their comments.
Yes.
We also like to thank
so
our
much.
sponsor to the Arena Weekend Market. Join us every Saturday and Sunday for fitness and for fun. And join us for our latest attraction, The Garden. Visit our Animal House and Embrace Cafe. So we thank you again, Maddie. We learned
Thank
so
you
much.
so much for having me.
We hope that you guys also enjoyed this episode.
If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I wish I had someone to guide me when I was 18.
Yeah, so use that opportunity. So these are mornings filled with meaningful business talk. I'm Randy Bernardino, and this is Daily Insight.